That dog barking is going to drive me insane. Hopefully you can't hear it on the video. Well, what's up? My name is Brandon James, if you don't already know that. Today we're going to be looking at Philippians, specifically verses 1 through 11. So as I'm talking to this camera, our nation is currently under quarantine. We're told that we can't go congregate in public, we can't go to the grocery stores, we can't have church meetings unless it's online, no concerts, sports, school. We're very limited on what we can do right now because of a virus. So this caused many people in Michigan to protest, and it's caused a lot of people to post their frustration online and to take it out on governors and on the government. And if we read Philippians, we see that Paul is in a similar position. He's in prison, and I'd argue that this is probably a worse position than we're in. Right now we're all safe and we know what's going to happen, but Paul is essentially either waiting to be freed or waiting to die. And so the words from Paul from prison to us in our current situation should teach us something about God, ourselves, and others. Take a few minutes to pause this video and read Philippians 1 through 11. In verse 6, Paul displays a lot of confidence. This confidence isn't in the Philippian people or in the church and their power, but it's founded in God. God began a good work in the people, and he will continue to do the work that he started. This confidence from Paul doesn't just apply to the Philippian church, though. We know that God is a God who fulfills his promises, that he began a good work in not only the Philippian church, but in our lives today. And so we can be confident that the God who's never given up won't just start giving up today. And so that leads me to my first question, which is, how does Paul's confidence make you feel? How does his positivity, even though he is in prison and he may die, strike you? You see, Paul is in prison, his rights are stripped from him, and he is unable to go to the store or see his friends face to face. But Paul has a positive perspective and a positive outlook on life. He is confident in God. He's showing positivity despite his circumstances. The reason for Paul's positive perspective is because of his knowledge in Jesus. He's able to see his life in a new light. It's not founded in his understanding of men, in medicine. His confidence is in God, not in the world and the worldly systems, but his foundation of faith. And so this leads me to the next question. Is your life, showing a positive perspective in your current situation? And if not, what ways can you shift your perspective? I have a lot of thoughts about the quarantine, about this virus, and from being in Michigan, about the protests that happened. But leaving my own opinions aside, if we look to Scripture, we see that we should have a positive outlook. We should be trusting God, not man. And we shouldn't be blowing up social media and Facebook with false information or angry tweets. We should focus on the positive. And if you can't think of any positive, let me give you just a couple. Our society is so flooded with fast-paced, get things done, that we never stop to take rest. A commandment to take Sabbath is neglected in our culture. This virus should make us stop and focus on rest and how we can grow our relationship with God and others. And a second positive that I can see is that this is making us reprioritize. The things we thought were important just a few weeks ago are not as important today. And so when this is all lifted and we're free to go about life as it was before, we should think about those priorities. What is important enough to go back to? And what should stay gone? This whole time period has given us a chance to focus on God and make him a priority. So again, my name is Brandon James. If you like this video or you want to just follow along for whenever we do Philippians 1 verses 12 through whatever, subscribe. And again, remember, share the story.